Adrian, thank you for joining us. We've been asking people on our Twitter and Facebook pages for a few questions, so we'll start with the Twitter ones. And it's a question you've probably been asked quite a lot, but we need to hear the story anyway. And it's from Jess Someren, who says, "Where did your nickname Jackpot come from?"
Oh dear. My nickname come from Las Vegas. I won the jackpot on a machine, $72,000, but I wasn't 21. I was only 20 at the time and couldn't claim the money. So I should be called No Jackpot Lewis, to be fair.
Leanne Williams 1 says, "Why are the best darts players from the mighty Stoke on Trent?" She's a Stoke fan, by the way.
I think it's because obviously with our with our county and and Stoke on Trent in general, I think that the wages aren't as high as as your Londons and places like that. So if you play darts, it's free. So I think that's probably something to do with it.
Staying on the football theme, Kieran Platford says, "Why do you have Pigbag as your walk-on song? #UpTheBorough."
It was, to be honest, I was doing an exhibition with Paul Booth, and he said, "What about this?" I was looking for a walk-on song, and he put it on, and I thought, yeah, that sounds right. Got the crowd and that going. But the first time I actually used it was at Newcastle Premier League, and he started booing me already. I was like, "What's going on?" I didn't know. So yeah.
Daniels Dean J simply asks, "What is your favourite flavour of crisps?"
Being an athlete, I don't eat crisps.
Last one. Hodgie LFC, the last one from Twitter, this one, he says, "Who do you think will be the next player to win the World Championship for a first time?"
That's a good question, that. I think, that's really tough. I'd go with probably Dave Chisholm.
On to the Facebook questions now. Tyrone Harvey asks, "What made you become a professional darts player? Was it inspiration or the talent you had when you first picked up a dart?"
I think it was a bit of both. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't really, it was all into football and that, and then when I first started watching Barney and that, we didn't have Sky obviously at that time, until a few years later, and then like I say, I used to like watching Barney and Andy Fordham.
Dylan Kokoran says, "If you had to win a third world title, who would you like to beat in the final?"
There's a couple I'd like to beat, to be honest. I'd like Big Phil and obviously Mike.
Any particular reason, or the obvious ones?
I just think because they're high ranked.
Tira Dean, "If you were a superhero, who would you want to be?"
Don't be a superhero. I'd be the Cookie Monster or something.
Oscar Evelyn, "Do you think your mental strength and ability to block out the other players' antics has improved since you burst onto the scene?"
I think it's grown, yeah. I think over the years, obviously, I think it's from experience. I think you've got to try and just concentrate on what you're doing and not taking any notice of what they're doing. Really, concentrate on your own game.
And the final question is from Gina Savage, who says, "If you could go out to dinner with a famous sports star, now or past, who would it be and why?"
Oh, I mean, I've got dinner. I know, like I said before, I think my idol used to be Eric Cantona, so I'll probably pick him.